Okay, I'm going to put Stephen through a range of movements through flexion, extension, side leaning, and rotation. So first off, I get Stephen stand upright, slowly hands down by your side. You just get to flex yourself over, make sure. So you want to keep an eye on the movement, make sure that there's no guarding. You can come back up again, that it's all uniform each side, and there's no apprehension. Did you experience any pain?
No.
No? Okay. So now with the extension, I'll just get you to extend back as far as you can and tilt your head back as well. And your hands on your hips, lovely, just to make sure. Okay. So here again, making sure that it's even each side. There's no slipping or slight rotation. You can go back again. Good. So now what I'll get you to do is turn around this way. What I'm going to get you to do is do a side leaning. So hands down by your side. To your left first, just slip your hand. Yeah, that's lovely. Good. How's that?
Yeah, not good.
Yeah. And then the same to the right. Okay. So you're looking for a natural curve both ways. Okay, that's fine. And again, no guarding. What I could do is apply overpressure, but because he has been experiencing some pain in the back, I don't want to exacerbate that. The last thing I want to get you to do is to cross your arms. I just want to get you to twist. That's it. This is incorporating all of the spine, so it's not just the lumbar, but it's just making sure that Stephen can achieve the same amount of rotation from side to side. Okay, so you can do the same. That's good. Any pain?
No.
No. Okay, you're done. I think that's it. Now we're going to go through some pivums through extension. I get Stephen to lie in a prone position. I will palpate for his T12, and I'll be moving down through each spinous process to compare each segment. I just place my hand on the contralateral leg just above the knee, and I palpate each side of the spinous process, and then take the leg into extension, adduction, and external rotation. Yep. And move down and compare each segment. How's that?
Good.
What you're looking for is a similar movement on each segment, looking for a similar end feel, and looking for a similar resistance in the stiffness. Okay. Going to go through some pavums now. I have Stephen in a prone position. To perform this, I want to palpate for spinous process. I want to apply a downward force from a posterior to anterior. And move up each segment. What I'm looking for here is the same amount of resistance in each spinous process, and looking for a recreation of the pain experience. How's that seem?
It's okay.
Okay. To perform a posterior pavum for the unilateral, what you want to do is again palpate for the spinous process and drop off to the side onto the facet joint. And again, you want to apply posterior to anterior just to the side of the spinous process. You're looking for that same thing again, the same amount of resistance and any recreation of the pain. I'm going to perform some orthopedic tests now. We want to establish out the differential diagnosis, what the problem is. So to do this, we'll work on different areas. This test is the stork standing, or the gilet test. It's checking the SIJ joint. To do this, I get the patient to stand upright. I'll just get down to this level here. I will palpate for the PSIS. I'll then palpate for the S2 right here. Now what I expect when Stephen lifts his right leg, yep, you can go ahead. The PSIS here will go lower than the S2. That's fine, Stephen. Any pain?
No.
No. So this then will help eliminate the SIJ joint from the problem. Now we're going to perform the Thomas test. This is to ensure that tightness in the hip flexors in the hip is not the cause of the pain in the lumbar spine. To perform the test, you have the patient in a supine position. You will have their legs hanging off the table just behind the knee joint. You check for any excessive lordosis. None there. You should just be able to get your hand under. To perform the test, you get the patient to bring knee all the way up to the chest and hold it there. For a positive test, you will see the opposite leg raise off the table, and also you will see a resistance and tightness, but this is a negative test. I'm going to put Stephen through a neurodynamic test now. It's going to perform the slump test. This is going to put the nerves on full stretch and look to recreate the pain. We're going to go through sequentially, and when or if the pain is recreated, we stop at that moment. To perform the test, you get the patient to sit at the end of the table, sit upright, and put your arms behind your back. That's it. Now I want to get you to slump down as much as you can. Yep. I will then apply overpressure just over the shoulders. Then I'll get Stephen to drop his chin just a tuck. I'll apply overpressure downwards. Flexion, how's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Now I'll get you to lift the affected leg up. If no pain is recreated, I apply a bit of overpressure. That's good. A positive test is a recreation of any of the pain experienced. Going to go through some myotone testing. This is resisted movements at specific nerve roots to determine where the lack of strength may be coming from. So to begin, we start with the L2. So hip flexion, just resist for 5 seconds. Good. You're looking for the constant strength without any weakening. Now on the L3, so some knee extension. That's good. You test from side to side. When testing, we say on the L4, you can do the two at the same time. So now we'll go for dorsiflexion, L4. Don't let me move you. Yeah, same each side. Now the great toe extension. Go ahead. Lovely. Go to the S1, so you can go on the dorsiflexion. How's that? Good. And the S2, we go for knee flexion. So again, don't let me move you. As I said, now we will go to the other side and ensure that's equal on both sides. For the neurological testing, I'm going to be testing the dermatomes. This is to determine where the radiating pain is coming from and what level. I'm going to use 2 objects to do this, a soft and a sharper object. I'll go from each side and make sure that the same sensation is experienced from side to side. So first level, I start on L1. Start one side, then the other. Soft. You can check in with the patient, make sure that they're feeling it, and they can describe the same pain. So down to L3. How's that?
Yep.
Yep. Go to L4. How's that?
Yep.
Yeah. Good. So here L5. Right. Then we can go to the big toe, or S1. And to S2.